It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are at the next best thing to a Friday, rolling right along through this week, but we still got our same great sponsors in tow, including the Shopper's Guide.
1-800-634-0436, serving Randolph, Lawrence, Ashley, Union, Dallas, and Calhoun County. Give them folks a call and get signed up.
Is that the Shopper's Guide or ProMed Ambulance?
That's ProMed Ambulance.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you ask me the Shopper's Guide?
Yeah, but I did ask you about Shopper's Guide, but ProMed Ambulance is a sponsor too.
Yes, and JJ down at the Shopper's Guide, give him a call if you got any of your stationary needs, if you need some business cards, some no trespassing signs, whatever you got, give JJ a call. And then call ProMed Ambulance if you need an ambulance.
There you go. And Sherwin-Williams House Paint right over there at 315 Jefferson Street here in Camden, 836-8125. Greg Bradshaw and his staff can point you in the direction you got any kind of questions about interior or exterior house paint. So, what do you want to talk about here today, John?
Well, a very monumental moment in the what they call the pony car movement.
Oh, okay.
You and I are Chevy guys.
Yes.
General Motors guys.
57, 55 Chevys.
But March the 9th, 1964, 39 years ago today.
All right.
No, 59 years ago.
59, okay.
59 years ago today. The first Mustang was produced.
All right.
The first Ford Mustang. March 9th, 1964. Now, that's 59 years ago.
I tell you what, I'll work on that.
That's 59 years ago. And without the Mustang, there'd never been a Camaro.
Nope.
But let me tell you, the very first Mustang was produced on this day. It was taken to a car dealership and not intended to be sold, where a stewardess happened to see it sitting in the showroom. The salesman didn't know that it was not supposed to be sold, and he sold it to her.
Wow.
And it was serial number 2. Serial number 1, if I'm not mistaken, went to Henry Ford II.
I got you.
But serial number 2 was supposed to be used for tours.
Holy cow.
And it was put into a showroom, and a stewardess bought it, paid cash for it, and drove it home.
Man, be sure to keep your keys with you.
They tried to buy it back from her, and she wouldn't sell it.
Yep.
They tried for decades to buy it back from her. She wouldn't sell it. I think in the last few years, and I didn't look this up, but I think finally either she sold it or her family sold it.
Right.
And it is in the Ford Museum. But in 1964, which is considered the 64 and a half Mustang.
Right.
That's what they used a lot of Ford Falcon parts. They used stuff that they had left over from the previous year on the Ford Falcon.
Well, they had no idea what they had.
But they produced 121,538 of them that year. Now, I don't know how many they made altogether, but they must have made millions of them, because I don't ever see any 64 or 65 Chevrolet Impalas.
Right.
Or 65 Novas, 64 Novas. You never see any of them. But you see Mustangs every day.
Everywhere.
And I'm telling you, that created the pony car race. Everybody, you look at the movie about the Ford GT, Ford versus Ferrari. Was supposed to build.
Great movie.
Great movie built around the Carroll Shelby and the fight with the Ferrari people. The Mustang changed everything. It changed the whole outlook, and which Chevrolet had to say, all these kids are, they up until that point, all the kids had to look at was their mama's, Galaxy or Fairlane or something.
There you go.
And they wanted a car geared to the youth movement. So they come up with the Mustang. It was an instant hit. I mean, they couldn't produce them fast enough. Chevrolet had to counter it with something, so they came along with the 67 Camaro 3 years later.
Pretty good car.
But the Mustangs will always be an intricate part of the car culture. You can't go to a car show. You can't go to a swap meet. You can't go to a junkyard that deals in old cars. Now, they're not going to be sitting in the middle of a bunch of Mitsubishis and Hyundais, but anybody of any stature in the car business has either had a Mustang worked on a Mustang, rode in a Mustang,
Or wants a Mustang.
wanted a Mustang. Personally, my brother, there's nothing my brother loves more than a 65 Mustang Fastback.
Oh, there you go.
Now, they are, my brother, matter of fact, he's looking for one right now. But the Mustangs changed the course of history when it came to cars. Corvette was the first American sports car, but it's never been any more important than a Mustang.
Yeah, and like you said, you and I are Chevy guys.
Right.
But, man, I would not turn down a Mustang.
And the first one was produced 59 years ago today.
That's pretty cool right there.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John here for today. All right, I guess we'll see you tomorrow, John,
See you
on
tomorrow,
Top
Kelly.
Tune Friday.
Top Tune Friday.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.